You think we appropriate white culture?
In today's society, I would say.
I don't think so.
I would say.
I think a lot of the things that are appropriated comes from like black culture.
Yeah.
A lot of the things that people either steal from or make their own.
Definitely.
Like, obviously, they always say like black culture is like basically the culture, because a lot of the things, music, film, everything that stems from us is kind of like put into the foreground and like made hyper visible to a lot of people. There's even a good example, to be fair. I've been seeing this on Twitter recently. I remember there was a white girl. Yeah. She was rapping to Lil Baby lyrics.
Oh yes.
I don't know if you've seen it.
Yes, on the TikTok.
I think I saw it on TikTok, but I saw it on Twitter. And like she was saying it like word for word, bar for bar. And like obviously you had one half of people like this is like, you know, invite her to the cookout kind of vibe. Like, you know when you see...
It was hard though, I can't lie. It
was wavy. It's always good to see someone reciting lyrics word for word. But bro, like anybody, if you're a big Baby fan, like bro, that's standard to you, innit? Yeah. But obviously I think it's because obviously she's white and obviously hip hop is predominantly a black thing. Yes. So when you see those that are not from our culture, quote unquote, obviously get involved in it, your eyes are drawn to it more. So where the appropriation comes from, which is another side of the argument, is that a lot of people feel like now she's trying to make it her thing, because I think she posted the next day, was like, oh, which song would you guys like to see me rap next? Do you get it? So it's one thing to be like, you know, she was having fun, she's rapping, whatever, cool. And now she's trying to, quote unquote, I guess, appropriate from it and kind of like, you know,
that's true.
Make it her thing, which a lot of people aren't happy about. But it kind of leads the argument. And it's like, sometimes do you draw a fine line with people, like you said, like she's just appreciating the fact that, you know, she likes hip hop, she's getting involved in it, or is she trying to appropriate now and kind of like, I guess, profit from it in a sense? Because now she's got like, I think she's on like 10K followers.
But do you think she's going the right way about all things, which is like interesting?
What, in regards to how she's
like doing it? Do you think she's doing it the right way?
I mean, when you get like a social media buzz, it's gonna get to your head, to be fair. So you're bound to kind of like leech off it and make it your own. So I not that I don't blame her for it, but I definitely saw it coming. But it's like profiting from it is bound to happen, which is what a lot of people aren't happy about, because it then leads to the argument. Like a lot of people were questioning other like people in our culture, and they're looking at it like, why are you guys so excited? Like, she's just rapping lyrics. Like anyone could do this kind of thing.
Do you think that leads to a bit of jealousy then? For going back to my point, the reason why I said we are kind of taking a bit of the white culture, I'm not saying entirely, but there are things that they have we like.
Let's like not, what? Huh? Like what? What do you mean?
I would say, let me think.
Name 3 things.
What is something that they'll do that we like? Let me think and get back to you on that one.
I don't know, none.
There's 100. There's actually. I'm saying like obviously there's maybe 90% like day-to-day of the black culture. I'll say yes. We've actually created a lot of things and say okay, cool. They've taken quite a lot of like from us. Yeah. But I wouldn't entirely say they took.
Wait, do white people have culture? If you put aside the Queen and the royal guards,
so would you say like the Colombians, the South Americans, the other races, would you say they don't have culture? Because that's how I look at it as well. Because they have, I wouldn't say like
no, they definitely
the UK, like you know what I'm saying.
No, they definitely do. I won't take away from them. Like they definitely do. But I feel like a lot of the things that, especially like I said to you, are in like the forefront of media, music, film, cinema, that is true, movies, like all those kind of things. Like we are at the forefront of it. So a lot of the times you get a lot of people nitpicking certain things, picking from it. To make their own, which isn't bad, and you can appreciate something. Like there's no problem with appreciating something and like taking something, like seeing something as inspiration, and then kind of know. But sometimes you get there's this fine line. I remember like last year, I think Adele got braids.
Yes,
on social media. I remember that. And a lot of people were getting onto her for that. And I didn't understand that. I feel maybe that's your point in regards to maybe sometimes there's a bit of a backlash towards it, but it's like braids is such a common thing, especially to like black women. So it's like whenever a white woman wears it,
I do understand where the backlash comes from. Like for example, where back in the days of the schools, like certain hairstyles weren't accepted.
Exactly.
So I can understand why people say, okay, cool. Why are you letting people like Mary Cyrus Kim Kardashian that do certain hairstyle get away with it in terms of maybe they're looking at it from the intention part of fashion. This is what fashion likes. This is what people want to see on me. This is how I'm going to make my money. But if you look at the impact of it, which is us, it's like, no. Because when we tried to do that...
they were shitting on us, basically.
Exactly. So that's how I say, like, there are... Yes, 90% they've taken away from us. But I feel like they have maybe some part in their culture as well. Like, we've kind of said, okay, I like that. Which, on top of my head, I can't think of it straight away. But maybe if I got the outside, like, South Americans...
Where do you think the fine line is in regards to, like, appropriation versus appreciation? Where do you think the line stops? Do you think it's profit, like when you want to like make money off it?
I think it's definitely money.
Okay,
I think it's definitely money. It leads to financial gain.
But sometimes that might not even be your intention. Like, for example, with this white girl who was rapping the little baby lyrics, I don't think her intention was to make money off it. But I think obviously her seeing the hype, especially her posting, oh, which song would you guys like me to rap next? It's almost kind of made it like theatrical now, and like almost like a, what's the word? Like a performance kind of thing, which obviously is going to bring her more followers, more attention, and you probably get a lot of normal day-to-day kids, black kids that probably rap baby lyrics all the time, and they don't really get, they don't really get the same, you know, spotlight as she would. So I don't know. I think profit is definitely a big one, but I think that's probably the only thing a lot of people get onto.
I would say like to be accepted as well.
What do you mean? Oh, as in from the other side?
Like yes,
okay.
Because like, say for example, you've grown with a white friend and you introduce them to your culture, and for example to the church and stuff like that, you show them around, show them like people, the pastor, aunties and stuff like that.
Fairs.
They started trying out your food and stuff like that, and now maybe they got a gift maybe from the pastor, auntie, like a nice African bag.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now they're thinking, I don't want to take this out and show it to the street. And I appreciate the gift you giving me. But the impact it's gonna have is like, they probably think, oh, I'm taking the mick out of them. So it's a very like interesting, I would say, fine line, I would say.